And away we go.
Alright, so I guess we can just hop into it. What is in today's news?
Many, many things, as always.
Alright, I guess let's just start from square one, I guess.
Prosecutors allege Sean Diddy Combs forced employee to engage in sex act in amended indictment.
Indictment?
Yeah, indictment.
Okay. So his what employee? I didn't catch that.
Forced employee to
Oh,
engage in sex act. Yeah. What do you think? Maybe?
yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really know what this man nowadays. It's like, we kind of found out that he likes men, little girls. I don't really know. I don't really know what that guy nowadays. Like, that's why I'm asking, was it a man or was it a woman? Because it's like, usually in these situations, it's a woman. But it was Sean Diddy Combs. You don't really know. I mean, like, was it could have been a man, it could have been a woman, it could have been either one, because he goes both ways.
He does, indeed.
I mean, I know he had a wife. I know he had
Not
I know,
anymore.
not anymore. But it is what it is. It is, well, no, it's not, it is what it is. But still, it's like,
Well, who knows what is anymore?
yeah, that's true. We don't really know what is and what's not. But yeah, like, we don't know what is and what's not anymore. And for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good for Sean, Mr. Combs. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan. I know that's his last name, but I'm just not a fan of his last name. I don't know. It's Combs, Mr. Combs. I don't know. Sean Diddy Combs. Unless he can legitimately pull something out of his rear end and get off of this scot free, man, he's gonna be serving some time, life most likely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people would be upset if he got off scot free, just completely, no sentence, no prison time, nothing. Shoot, people would be unsatisfied if he got 10 years in prison after all the stuff he's been doing for the past 20 to 30 something years.
Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's been having these Diddy parties for decades. No, but yeah, in all seriousness, so, like, yeah, he's been having these parties for decades. And, they're just now coming to life. Granted, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in Florida, where did he live? Like Florida, right?
Florida.
Yeah. Granted, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in Florida have those types of parties, not with underage people, but they have those types of parties. Yeah, I will say for people like, I don't know. It's like you think of Florida and you just think of like just fame, glamour, sex, drugs. Yeah, that's maybe not the drugs part so much, but just like, just the fame and the glamour. But there's clearly Florida. Some parts of Florida isn't mess. So, there are parts of cities that are technically a mess too, like, in other states. But yeah, there is a part of Florida that is definitely a mess, and yeah, but it's just not looking good for Mr. Combs. It's not looking good for Diddy. Were those Diddy parties worth it, huh? Were they worth it? Jamie, were they worth it?
Probably not.
God, yeah, they were not worth it. He should have. I'm not gonna lie. The problem was that he thought he was untouchable.
Well,
Yeah, he wasn't. He thought he was God in his own right. Well, there's never an own right, but he just thought he was God, untouchable. But hey man, he paid the price, and now he's looking to do some time. And people are hoping for. I'll be honest, I don't think people even think life is enough. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who would want him to get the death penalty. Like, people won't be satisfied until this man is dead.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's done some bad things. I mean, I would say for the most part, he should serve life. He should serve life in prison. I don't think I want the guy to die. He should definitely serve life in prison until the day he dies. You know? I mean, but whatever the court decides to do, it's their decision, not mine. So, it is what it is. What it is.
And it was what it was.
Exactly. But is there anything else on the case, or is that like,
That's all there is in the development. It's still developing, and there'll be more yet to come.
where's LeBron James in all this, bro?
Yeah.
I'm real quiet. I'm real quiet. I mean, but hey, that's what celebrities do, bro. They use you up. They use you, and then after things get rough, they abandon you. Dude, it's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure there are some celebrities who are solid, but I'm pretty sure there are even some celebrities who are defending Diddy saying, no, Diddy didn't do nothing. But, you know, a bunch of baby oil, a bunch of underage people, it's not a good look. Really not a good
It's
look.
not.
It's an awful look. But I guess that's all we got to say about that. Is there anything else in the news?
Ministers from Japan and UK agreed to promote free trade amid Trump tariff threats.
Wait, ministers from where?
Japan and the UK.
Ah, got you. And what do they claim to promote?
So, economy and foreign ministers of Japan and Britain agreed Friday to promote free and open international trade at the first 2+2 dialogue on economy held in Tokyo amid growing concern about US President Donald Trump's tariff threats.
Got you. 2+2? Where'd they get that? Where'd they get that name from? I actually
It's
don't know.
anyone's guess.
I actually know this is dumb question. I knew it was like a fucking on math equation. Why?
Yeah, just as stupid as the reason why I became not cool to begin with.
I mean, and also Trump, I'm out of the loop when it comes to Trump. He was making terrorist threats.
Yes, so since he got into the White House, for the past few weeks, he is saying he wants to impose tariffs on not just the countries he said he was going to put tariffs on, but he was going to put tariffs on a lot of nations that the US does trade with.
Mm.
So that way, it encourages people in the United States to get goods and services from within the United States instead of from abroad.
You know what's crazy? Like yesterday
But
at in Times Square, I saw a man holding up a sign that said, Trump quotes Hitler, but Fox News won't report on it. And I didn't stop to talk to the guy because I don't care about, I don't really care about Trump that much to talk about, to have a full on Actually, no, that's not true. I had a conversation about Trump and Kamala with an old friend I used to go to middle school with. But I, well, for one, I had an for one, it was my first day. It was my first day. I had to take orientation. And second, my response is that I just shrugged my shoulders like, maybe he's right. Maybe Trump does quote Hitler. But I don't think anybody really cares. And
no,
to
they
be
don't.
yeah, and to be honest with you, I can't say that I care. Not because I'm a big fan of Trump, but it's just, I don't know. I don't care for any of these. I don't care for any of the presidents. I said, man, he's not my king. I mean, I guess technically, technically from a country standpoint, he is my king. He's my ruler. But well, I'm just gonna say president. He's my president, but you know, full ruler. But like you know, ultimately, you know, I just don't recognize him as mine. I will say this, like you know, from the outside, without if I didn't know all the knowledge that I knew, and if I didn't know that both parties were compromised, the smartest option would be to pick Trump as president because of what he says, what he promises. Like you know, not everything is perfect, but it's definitely more than what Kamala had. I'll say that.
It's hard to argue with it.
It's hard to argue with it. So it was definitely more than what Kamala said. So I mean, you know, ultimately Trump would be from the outside better option. But since I know what I know, it's like, bro, I don't like any of them. None of them are good options. In fact, I think the best presidents are the unknown candidates that run. I believe the unknown candidates are the ones who actually do care about our country and want to make a change. Obviously, they would have to sell out to a certain extent in order to get on the news, to get on the media, and to get shown. So that's unfortunate. But those people genuinely do their research. They do their research. They figure out which views that they agree with the most, and they think of probably even great ideas even to help the American people. But Fox and what's the other news? What's the other news thing? Not CBS. CNN. CNN. Yeah, CNN won't like promote them because they're not they're not in the club. They're not. They're not working for them, so therefore it's like, yeah. Even some independents too, who aren't very well known. They say that they're running for president. Yeah, it's like, all right, cool. They probably care about the country more than Trump and Kamala combined did. Kamala and Trump just do as they're told. Same with other people who are like in part of the club. They do as they're told. Obviously, they give the people an like ounce of what they want. They give the people some honey, and then they're satisfied for a month, maybe even 2 months. They give us some candy, and then we're like, oh yeah, thanks Trump, you're the best, or thanks Kamala, you're the best, in the form of money or in the form of laws, etc., etc., etc. We're satisfied for at least a month, and then they continue to do that system all over and over and over again.
Yes.
It's just so pretty much we're just what's the best example? I don't want to say hamsters running on a wheel. That's a different example. We're
Guinea pigs?
you know what? Yeah, guinea pigs. We're pretty much guinea pig. We're pretty much guinea pigs, or I'd say stray dogs or cats begging for food, something along the line, something along the
Yes.
line. But yeah, it's like pretty much. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And
Yeah.
so they give us a little bit of what we want. Then after that, we're satisfied. But then if they see us complaining, they give us a little bit of what we want. Obviously, you know, it goes on and on. It's a whole thing. It's really a whole thing.
Yes, the whole shebang.
Yeah, the whole shebang. And I'll be honest, I kind of forgot the main point. I was like going off of.
I think you were going off of some guy holding a sign that says Trump quoted Hitler, but Fox
Oh
won't report on it.
oh yeah, right. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, we were talking about the terrorist thing too. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I mean, hey, well, yeah, what that guy might have been saying is probably true, but the people don't care. His supporters do not care. I'm pretty sure half of his supporters even like Hitler. So it's unfortunate for the liberals or for the people who are just generally against Trump, who don't even identify as liberal. Just they see some of Trump's ideals and they don't like them. But what can you really do about it? There's not really much we can do about it. We can talk. We can let other people know. They can know. But there's nothing that we can really do about it. It's just a matter of just warning people before it's too late. And for most people, it will be too late. So you just gotta do what you gotta do. Get out of it. Get out of the situations that you're in, and live. And obviously find a purpose in living.
Yes.
Cause I don't know. But anyways, what else in the news,
I just sent something in the chat.
gentlemen? The UK representatives for this year's Eurovision.
Yep.
Remember Monday? Is that their name?
Yeah, that's the name of the girl group. Remember
Remember.
Monday.
Why would I want to remember Monday? That's when I work.
Good question.
Why would anyone want to remember Monday? I mean, like, unless there's like, unless there's something significant that's tied to that, I don't think anyone wants to remember Mondays.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Dude,
No one likes Mondays.
Not even Garfield likes Mondays, and he's a cat. He doesn't work.
That's saying something.
I'll be honest. I wonder who. I'm like, getting off the topic for a second. Why did people start hating Monday?
Well, firstly, it's the first working day of the week.
Yeah, that's true. Like, okay, that's true. How about Remember Friday? Huh? Most people want to remember Friday.
Yes, they enjoy Friday.
Yeah, because it's the end of the week and they get to relax for 2 days.
Yes, exactly.
It's sounds unfair, but it's true.
It is true.
2 days, but anyway, Remember Monday? What did they? How did they? I'll be honest. How did they get this honorable representative for this year's Eurovision? How did they get it?
Well, the way that artists gets representation for their country for Eurovision, it depends on the country's broadcaster that's organizing the selection process. So there'll be some broadcasters that organize national selections with many other artists, and there'll be different voting systems to whether it be from the public and or juries to decide on who represents that country for Eurovision, whilst there are other broadcasters would most likely select the artists for themselves, and they would also be in charge of producing the music video for them most of the time. And then between September 1st to the end of March, that's the time frame that they have to choose the artist and the song that goes with it.
Interesting. Do you listen to Remember Monday?
I've heard of Remember Monday, but I don't listen much to their music.
Ah, got you. All right. So I mean, congratulations to them.
Yes,
I wish them more success. And but yeah, is there anything else in the news?
indeed there is.
Oh, just a quick note. Kamala Harris, real ethnicity background. She's not black at all. She's Syrian, Indian, and Irish.
What? Irish? Who
I,
would have thought?
I'll be honest, I would have never thought that. I mean, I can see the Syrian and the Irish and the Indian in her, and you know, Jewish. It can go really go here or there. But Irish. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, like you
It
know,
was what it was.
I
Well,
never
I already knew this months ago, so it's not that surprising that
What's going
we're
on?
talking about this now.
we were talking about Kamala Harris ethnic background.
But yeah, so yeah, did you hear about the scuffle with Nigel and Reform? Nigel and Rupert Lowe.
I have
Reform
heard
UK.
bits about it.
Yeah, supposedly, basically. So Rupert Lowe basically criticised Reform UK's leadership, right? And basically said, look, if we don't fucking start building up a plan, if we don't start fucking building up a decent structure, I won't be around with Reform in the next election. And then after that, they start going after the bloke. Just shows how corrupt, it just shows that that party's not got anything. It needs new leadership. It's too infested. So we don't fucking build. I think it'll end up coming to the point where we'll need to probably build up a new party. But who knows? So what else is there?
Labradors and humans share genes which makes them more likely to become obese.
Who does?
Researchers identified a gene called DNND1B linked to obesity in both Labrador retrievers and humans.
Who are they trying to kid? Dude, it's the stuff that's in our food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, why are they trying to kid and say, it's something like, no, it's stuff that's in our food. Chemicals in our food that are addictive.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I never thought, like, I wouldn't be surprised with certain extracts of cocaine or addictive chemicals in our McDonald's meals or in most of our food. Mainly, especially chocolate, simply just so they can get so they get repeat customers. So what else is there?
What was the speed limit in the town of Nutbush?
Never heard of it.
Wow.
30.
Let's see what the examiner has to say about that. It's a quiz talking about speed limits.
Speed limit? A quiz
Yes.
talking about speed limit? Huh?
Yeah.
Speed limits.
Speed limits.
So what do you think the chances that Alberta actually joins America as a state, the 51st state?
Well, more likely than other Canada provinces.
I mean, yeah.
How beneficial would that be to Canada, right? Because supposedly Alberta is like Texas of like fricking Canada. It's got so much oil and gas, and it's heavily Republican. Not to mention this, if were to take Alberta, that would give you a direct road to effectively that would give you a direct road from Alaska all the way to America. So that would give you a direct road. You wouldn't have to go through through Canada for tariffs.
Like imagine if Canada became the 51st state and people got out of the U.S. just to rejoin it again.
It wouldn't be the 51st state. Very likely they would get Alberta would be a new state. The New York, the territories, like the Canadian territories, basically, the top bit would basically be a territory because it's not big enough.
Nor has it enough people.
Quebec People say, "Oh, Quebec's liberal." I don't actually think Quebec's that liberal. I think it might be actually quite conservative. Quebec.
Yeah, and they're very protective of their culture as well.
People say Quebec's liberal, but I don't think they are.
You know what I've noticed in some sitcoms?
What?
Some of them did take digs at Canada. I don't know why.
What
Old,
did take digs at Canada?
like old sitcoms. Like they're always mentioning Canada in some way, shape, or form.
Ontario's liberal. Saskatchewan. Imagine if we took Alberta and Saskatchewan. That would give you right access through Alaska all the way to. So, what do you think's the next what territories do you think the UK could take, or at least buy? Think we could buy Iceland?
What would the UK would use Iceland for?
Are you serious?
Well, is there
Ain't it
any
right
value
next
to
to
Iceland?
Greenland? Ain't it right next to Greenland? Ain't it right next to a fucking massive shipping route or shipping corridor? I'm sure that if we were to take Iceland, I'm sure we'd get a decent amount of water usage right next to the fucking coast of like freaking of the new trade sea route. We all know trade routes are the best thing in the world. We could build a massive trade route going through. If America can't get Greenland, Iceland might be a second alternative because it's actually not that. Iceland would be a national security risk as well if you were to take it. So what else is there?
Let's see. Just Stop Oil. Climate activists will have sentences reduced.
Sentences reduced.
Yes, from 5 years to 4.
Why?
Just Stop Oil co-founder Roger Hallam has had his sentence reduced by a year after a High Court appeal. He was among a group of 16 activists who challenged jail terms of between 15 months and 5 years for their roles in 4 demonstrations between August and November 2022.
What's a year less sentence gonna do with that? You might as well just serve 5
It'll just
years.
allow them to get out a year earlier and cause more trouble for the country.
Yeah, those dang stinky activists. Back in my day.
But the thing is, though, all they're doing is wrecking. They're not helping anybody. All they're doing is fucking causing problems, pissing people off, and literally getting people angry.
I'm pretty sure there are some good activists out there who
They're
actually
not. There's none. Like, as much as I would like to say that the people that are freaking protesting the farm protests, like, what are they fucking accomplishing?
Not Jack.
What's the end goal?
Not Jack.
Unless you're going to fucking do anything, what's the fucking point?
I'll be honest. I feel like
wasting energy on it.
I feel like some of them. I feel like the people who make money off of this, like, make money off of a problem. And they're
Of
like,
course they do. They're probably selling tickets. They're selling other stuff. They're probably making money off it. But again, when do you think Britain will have their freaking American Revolution moment? Let me. I suppose I'll tweet something. Tweet what I would. I'll read out what I tweeted earlier today.
let's try it. Read it out.
Give me a second. I'm looking to find it. We will buy American. I say this. The USA should cripple those fuckers. Kill their economy, kill their industry, bankrupt their companies, stop them loans from American banks, stop them from buying American cars, and stop them from buying food. Let's bankrupt Canada. We will buy American, build American, sell American, hire American. Nothing they can do about it. We will cripple any country that stands in our way, whether they're ally or enemy. The time of ripping off Uncle Sam is over. Time of the next American golden age is upon us as we will rise. I could have swore I had more than that. Okay.
Wait, is there more, or like, are you still?
Yeah, I guess that's it. I could have swore I had something else.
Oh,
But
maybe
they deleted it.
Maybe Mr. Would you get a notification about that then? If they deleted it?
Oh, but I think I thought I had something where I basically said, look.
Huh, okay. Well, if you did tweet something, maybe it did get deleted. Who knows? But, that's Twitter. Yeah.
Or what's left of it?
Yeah. But don't worry. Elon Musk will fix it.
Will he?
No, he won't.
Exactly.
They're all corrupt.
Oh, thank God. This is the schedule for next week. Woo! Oh,
Can we give this new party a name, please?
What new party?
I think Rupert Lowe's forming his own party, and I think it's going to have...
Nagoya High Court rules not recognizing same-sex marriage unconstitutional.
Well, it is unconstitutional. It's an abomination.
Q or L? There are people who say W.
Okay, yeah, I found it. We will ride like a phoenix. We'll take over Canada, Mexico, and UK not through war, but through sheer economic power. And we will submit our neighbours not through war, but economic strength. That might be a bit vitriol, wouldn't it? But it's truth. America will suppress and dominate their fucking neighbours. They will take over Canada with sure economic might. We will cripple them until they become American. Same with Mexico, and then we'll set our sights on Britain, where we will unite the English-speaking world. So what else is there?
The unsolved murder that started an underworld war.
Underworld war.
Yeah.
What? Okay. What about it?
An execution on May 16th, 2000 was exactly headline news, but it was the first murder that began the underbelly crime war, which would result in 16 killings over 10 years.
Man, a lot of things happened in the early 2000s.
It sure did, yeah.
Man, I was just being born. I was just being born around that time. I mean, I guess I grew up enough for like the interesting shows and all that. So, I mean, like that's definitely something that, yeah, that's. What do you think of John, man?
Oh, that's something.
Fucking hell.
What?
The people are drilling Reform. The people here are drilling Tice Richard, the Reform UK's MPs, over the character assassination of Rupert Lowe. Every single comment. I think Rupert is more popular. Rupert Lowe is more popular than half of these people that are in the part that half of their MPs. I think who knows. So what happens to Reform? Are they dead now?
Oh no, far from it actually. The support is still on the rise, whether we like it or not.
Are you sure
Probably
not?
not.
Are you sure they're not? What after they pulled against their own MP? They're not. They're not going to lose a massive substantial amount of voters.
Oh no, they're still going to make some gains in the next election.
They'll
Weren't you
make
guys for
gains, but again, the only they're basically trying to kick out the only guy that's getting them fucking good headlines in the fucking House of Commons.
Weren't you guys for reform like 1 or 2 months ago?
What?
Weren't you guys like for reform like 1 or 2 months ago?
Eric totally started to the stance of, oh, we need to support Ukraine.
Oh, gotcha.
And then they started going against Trump as well. Like, started being anti-Trump. That's what pissed me off as well.
Orange man.
They effectively were.
I'd say give it a week before we jump to these conclusions, because there could be more to the story as it develops. I'm not defending anyone, I'm just saying there could be more in the next few weeks.
I still think the party's going to be. I still think Reform will finish. I don't think they're going to. I think they'll still get votes. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're going to be the next party. I think someone else will overtake them. Don't get me wrong. I think Reform. I think the Tories. I think Reform will still replace the Tories. But globalists don't want you to realise how good we had it. We had young men in suits talking and playing with ducks.
Watching cartoons.
There you
But
go.
yeah,
So
but
tell
yeah,
me about the new reform. Tell me about the European, the Kingdom.
Yes, remember Monday. There are a girl group that mostly makes country songs. Last time I remember.
who stole their land in the country?
Pardon?
I'm just reading what Risk said. Who stole?
Okay.
The globalists, or let's just
Well,
call them the Jewish
that's one
bankers,
answer.
or let's just call them the Jewish bankers. So that's what they fucking are.
Oh yeah, that is nice. They're feeding birds. That looks.
Wearing suits.
Yeah, wearing suits. Are they in suit short?
People are saying, is King Charles a Muslim?
Probably. Who knows? He probably just did it for the.
Well, he's basically celebrating. He's no longer protecting the Christian faith, is he? He's not, because he's basically celebrating Ramadan in the a Christian, basically the head of the Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, in England.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've heard some things about Ramadan. Apparently,
Wake up, Keir! This is who's coming.
Apparently, most people don't.
How can Keir Starmer be accepting of this? His son's a Jew. His family, his wife's a Jew, and this man, these people that are coming to our country, they don't like Jews. They'd happily watch all these Jews get murdered.
For the most
Bullshit. Who are you getting this? Who are you taking this poll from? Who are you taking this poll from? This from a bunch of leftists in the city. Bunch of leftists.
Oh, is there anything else in the news?
Supposedly, this bloke saying that basically the British people just named President Trump the worst thing to ever come out of America in a new poll. And I'm saying, who did you get? Who did you think to get the poll this? Because I can't see anybody in the fucking outer boroughs of London, basically outside of London, saying this. Unless you're one of these in one of these cushy Labour communities, they're still complaining about the Epstein files.
I mean, didn't those come out already?
They did, but it wasn't enough.
I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't all the names.
Trump has had enough with Sniffy the Clown.
Who's Sniffy?
Who do you think?
You said
Oh.
Sniffy. I never heard that name before.
Sniffy
No,
the Clown.
I know who he's talking about. It's Joe Biden.
Oh,
Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Yes,
I thought you-
Sniffy the
I
Clown.
thought-
The cocaine man. The man that loves to take too much cocaine.
I would have assumed you were talking about Hunter Biden.
Nope. Sniffy the Clown. The Ukraine dictator. That's too much. That's too messed up with marching powder.
Hey, Zelensky's a strong, masculine figure.
The guy's a dictator. He's gotten rid of Christian churches. He's suppressed. He's created a media state that basically runs around him. He's disbanded any political opposition. He got rid of the church. He got rid of the church. He got rid of the churches. He basically has created a one-state party system media that effectively is his puppet. He's destroyed any political opposition. So he's got no people against him.
I mean, when you put it that way, yeah. I mean, he needs to go.
The only reason why he got rid of the church was because they're the ones who want to stand up against him.
Of course they would. Yeah, of course. And when you put it that way, then yeah, he needs to go. I mean, who's on his side? The Muslims? They're not standing up against him if they're even in his country?
In Ukraine.
Yeah, in
Net
Ukraine.
stupid zero. Scotland's last oil refinery to close, giving reply to Miliband's net zero fucking jobs claim. Kill jobs, kill industry, killing Britain. You're gonna send BP and Shell to fucking leave the UK.
Yeah, I really
And they're
don't
going to
care.
delist. They're going to delist from the London Stock Exchange, and they're going to list in. And they're going to list in London. Most likely, they're going to list in Texas.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't care about these dictators. I know they're ultimately always gonna fail.
Yeah, we know.
So, I mean,
I can guarantee by the end of the next 20, 30 years, the UK will not have any oil industry, and whatever they are, they're going to be state-owned. Because I can guarantee BP and Shell, they're going to fucking move abroad. They're most likely going to headquarter themselves. They're ever going to headquarter themselves in Norway, or effectively move their. They're ever going to move the operations, move their main headquarters to Texas. They're going to leave the UK market. They're going to delist from freaking the London Stock Exchange, and they're going to list in America. There's no reason for them to stay here. Why pay these cunts money? Why give the UK government the benefit of the doubt and give them things to basically make play to their thing and say that we're building the economy? I say don't give them anything. Tell them to go fuck themselves and move abroad.
Because
why should they accommodate? The thing is, and then they'll say, but there's always going to be companies like going to do oil. Why do they have to do it? Why do they have to give them money? They're some of the biggest things to come out of Britain, and basically the UK government's basically, we don't want you anymore. Go fuck yourself. They told all the fashion companies to go. They told all the freaking manufacturing companies to go fuck themselves. They basically told all the car manufacturing to go fuck themselves. They basically sent all that abroad. Whatever we've got left is now freaking owned by India. All car manufacturers are owned by India or the Germans. Whatever ones we had, MG, it's now owned by the Chinese. McLaren's the only thing left, but again, they don't have to be in the UK. They can move abroad. They can produce cars anywhere. They can produce in freaking the US for all they care, or even Saudi Arabia, or in cheap countries to produce. So what else is it? Trump is considered pulling 35 troops from Germany and relocating them to Eastern Europe.
What'd you say?
Trump is thinking of moving 30,000 troops from Germany and relocating them to Eastern Europe.
How come?
Yeah.
I said how come?
What are you saying?
Well,
I'm guessing he doesn't want to reward. I'm guessing he thinks that maybe the troops might be better suited in countries that actually respect common law, and maybe he doesn't want to freaking give Germany some more ammunition. That, and quite honestly, they've got more allies in Eastern Europe. Remember, Poland and Hungary are effectively want to form a new alliance with Trump.
Gotcha.
Not to mention Czechoslovakia as well, which is Eastern Europe as well.
Gotcha. Is there anything else on the news?
28,000-year-old Neanderthal and human Labrador child lived tens of thousands of years after our closest relatives went extinct. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is
Who knows?
he? Is he still living?
Well, scientists have dated the skeleton of an ancient child that caused a stir when it was first discovered because it carries features from both humans and Neanderthals.
Humans and Neanderthals?
Yeah.
Wait, that was in his genetic makeup.
Yes.
And he lived thousands of years.
Thousands of years. Yes.
You said this kid had what?
Had what, you mean?
He had a condition?
I don't recall a condition. I said he has features that you can see from both humans and Neanderthals.
Sorry, I thought you said he had I can't remember the word. I thought you said he had something. Anyways, it's like, okay, so somehow, okay, first off, I don't even know what a Neanderthal is. What is that?
Well, Neanderthal is what you can consider a caveman. Although it looked like a human, it has different bone structures that is between a human and I wouldn't say ape, but yeah, the bone structures are somewhat different to a human, but is closer to other existing animals such as monkeys, apes, gorillas, etc.
Oh, okay. So pretty much it's fueling the evolution thing.
Yes, it's a stage in human evolution.
I automatically don't believe that. But whatever they found, if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. Either way, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of question if they just make up news to report. But there's no way of me proving that whether that's right or wrong. So I mean, if it's right, it's an interesting discovery. But if it's wrong, it's just most likely just made it up. If it's wrong, but still, a discovery that needs more, that should have more research, put into it. I will say that. So, hey, it is what it is.
And it was what it was.
Exactly.
So what is UKIP?
The United Kingdom Independence Party.
Yes. Is it really a political party? Doesn't seem to have
Yes.
any MPs.
Well, what if I told you that UKIP was the first political party Nigel Farage formed back when he was a member of European Parliament in the 90s?
Yes. Then why did he leave it?
Well, I've seen some information about his departure, but I haven't looked deeper into it.
Officer, Turning Point UK. You know what Turning Point is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of Turning Point.
If he's involved with Turning Point is very big with MAGA.
It is, yeah.
I wonder. So, what do you think about Nick Marcel Tenconi? Ever heard of him?
Nope.
Supposedly he's the leader of UKIP.
The current leader of UKIP.
Current leader of UKIP and also Chief Operational COO of Turning Point UK.
I did look at Turning Point's page, and I did saw a video on Instagram about a UKIP protest in Manchester. So I can see where the connection comes from. It does make sense, mostly.
What do you think the chances that they could get some seats in the next election?
Very, very unlikely. It's going to take a miracle for even UKIP to get even one seat.
Yet Reform gets tons. So
Yes.
if Rupert Lowe were to create a new party, would he actually be able to get seats?
No. At least under the current electoral system.
But we're supposed to, the electoral system about to change.
Well, there has been a bill passed in the House of Commons to change the electoral system, but not much updates has been mentioned about that yet.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Was there anything else in the news?
3 Bulgarians convicted of spying for Russia across Europe from base in UK. Least surprising yet most shocking.
A mother with her 8 sons who all served in World War II, they all came back safe and sound. You don't see that very much anymore, do you?
You
No,
really
you don't.
A
like
married
Wally.
couple with their 11 children in 1954. You don't see that much anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a
they would do
shame.
that. They really
How
would.
times have changed.
Yeah. Hey, wait. It started off with 11 children. Now it's 11 cats.
11 children, 11 taxes, and you'll be lucky if you can have one child now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And you open the church for the Muslim
What happened?
to have the Ramadan. I don't have an issue with Ramadan or the Muslim. But my issue is that you open the church where the name of Jesus Christ is proclaimed.
Wait, hold on. Read that one more time. I'm sorry. What's the context?
Basically, King Charles basically opened the church to effectively to host a Ramadan ceremony.
Not a
The
mosque.
church, the predominant church of England,
Why not a mosque? Isn't there a
because they want to
mosque?
deprive and destroy our religion. They want to deprive and destroy whatever culture we have left. Charles and Starmer, they both, quite honestly, as far as we're concerned,
I thought it
they
wasn't
despise
permitted for.
us.
I thought it wasn't permitted for Muslims to go in a church.
Yet they still do it.
I mean, unless they're trying to see Jesus, that's one thing. But
They're
it's
not
like,
trying to see Jesus. They're trying to preserve and usurp our religion.
oh
Our
yeah, I know.
religion's authority. They hate
Oh
our
yeah, I know.
country.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm saying like it's like they're just purposely going on there and trying to destroy like
You've also got to remember some of those old churches they turned into mosques.
even what just
Yep. What do you think happened to all those Greek churches?
great.
All of the yes, they're now mosques, especially the churches in Aragon or Argean.
Unfortunate.
In the past, Greece they own at one point Greece owned all of Albania. They owned Macedonia, Kosovo, Thrace, Istanbul, Argean, Turkey, which is Central Anatolia, Eastern Anatolia, Southern Anatolia, Nakhchivan, Musul, Tarbarus. They owned all the way up to the Tarbarus Strait to Basara,
Not gonna lie, Islam gets everything wrong.
Litica. They owned Damascus, Aleppo, Mariupol, Musul.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
no, never mind. It's not that important.
Yeah.
What shows have you guys been watching as of late? Is there
Ooh,
anything interesting?
America's going to war with Mexico. This is quite interesting.
Wait, who's going to war in Mexico?
What's the game I'm playing? America is virtually going to war with Mexico. And as far as things go concerned, they are kicking ass.
God,
About to freaking take territory.
got you. Is there anything else in the news, John, man?
Not much.
Walgreens seals $10 billion take private deal with Sycamore. So yeah.
Yeah. What else is there?
Ice on the moon more common than previously thought based on India's Chandrayaan lander data.
Apparently, their mission there was all success.
Yes, direct measurements taken by India's Chandrayaan lunar lander may have confirmed that ice exists just a few centimeters beneath the moon's surface.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Ooh,
Let me see if I can find anything.
I don't know what he's going.
What's that probably? Trump angles more tariffs against. Wait, I did.
Let's hear it.
Trump dangles more tariffs against Canada in latest trade.
Yay! Let's let's kill Canada's economy. Let's destroy them. Let's make it so hard that Alberta has to fucking become American.
But what if Pierre Poilievre becomes the next Prime Minister
He's
of
a
Canada?
fucking poof. He's not going to do anything. Trump could fucking hang that guy out to dry. He's a fucking wet dude. He'll back down. He's even probably more woker than Trudeau. That's just saying something. Pierre's a fucking git. He's a fucking con artist pretending to be a conservative. He's not a conservative. He's a Lib Dem.
Inside California, Democrats intra-party feud over trans.
What?
California. Oh, what were you gonna say?
You're saying California Democrats.
Yeah, inside California Democrats intra-party feud over trans rights.
Doesn't surprise me.
California.
Not all Democrats truly believe in the whole trans movement. A lot of them think it's a load of shite. and a lot of them are still traditional conservatives, or traditional Democrats.
Pretty much.
Doesn't surprise me a single bit.
Senator Gavin Newsom's administration discouraged Democrats from introducing transgender rights legislation weeks before the governor publicly split with his party on trans athletes. 3 people with direct knowledge of the talks told.
Do you want to know the reason why he's doing this, Eric?
How come?
He has presidential ambitions, and he realizes if he sides with these guys, he's going to be fucking dead. We're trying to win with any Texas. He's trying to make himself look conservative. That's the reason why he's doing that.
Got you.
He has presidential ambitions, and I think they're secretly planning Newsom to be the next president Democrat nominee.
Understood.
Makes sense. They were thinking of placing him next. I think Josh Shapiro or someone will be his vice president or something like that. Like you were saying, Jamie.
Yeah.
You think he'll win?
No.
No.
He can't stand.
I think it was most likely that either between Josh Shapiro or Kamala Harris again.
No, they're not gonna fucking give her Kamala a fucking try. It'll be between Gavin Newsom and Josh Shapiro. It'll be them two. It's a major operation.
Kamala can do it. She's a strong.
The Democrats have been burned by her. They're not gonna. The people that really back her have been burned by her. They realize they only voted her because of that, and she realized that a lot of them probably deep down realize she's a fucking liability now.
Even Barack Obama didn't like her.
Yeah, even Barack doesn't like her. That's telling something.
I mean, he was on her side, but he was trying to help her win because Obama does still have some pull.
I think he thinks he has pull. He doesn't have pull. He has subliminal pull.
That's why I said some pull. He doesn't have as much. He doesn't have as much pull as he did in 2008, but he has some.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure there's still some pull with like freaking. I'm pretty sure George W. Bush still has some pull with some Republicans, but not the vast majority. I think a lot of them still think they got him put him into freaking Iraq.
Right.
Surprisingly, George W. Bush, he got a decent cheer from people. Hillary got a fucking boo. George got some cheers, but at the presidential
inauguration.
How old is George W. Bush now?
Gotta be in his 80s. His father was the VP, Reagan's VP.
Are there any more people who are young within the Bush family, or is he?
Probably they're fucking.
The closest youngest would be Jeb.
Probably Bush's son. Doesn't Bush have sons?
Maybe, but we don't hear about the Bush children.
Yeah, of course they don't, because they keep it private. It wasn't George W. Bush part of the NSA at one point, or the CIA?
I think so, yeah.
I could have swore he was bragging about that. I think he bragged about it at one point.
Maybe. That it could be, not to be confused with his father. Who knows? But it's most likely the junior.
I think probably one of them was.
Likely.
So, is there any still Reagan appointees to the Supreme Court, or are they all gone by now or dead?
I'm not sure, but I think there's at least one Bush-appointed Supreme Court
I know there's
judge.
a Clinton-appointed one. I know there's a Clinton.
What happened?
I know there's still some Clinton ones.
Has to be.
Trump's replaced a lot of them, though. Trump's been able to input a couple in. Barack Obama. There's a Biden-appointed one. But yeah.
But actually, FBI arrests U.S. Army soldier over alleged sale of national defense info to China. The FBI arrests 2 active-duty U.S. Army soldiers and a former soldier for allegedly selling national defense information to China.
They care about a fucking petty soldier, right? But they do nothing about Eric Swalwell and fucking Fang Fang, the Chinese spy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. They don't want their information to get.
Did you hear about? I think it was a couple of years ago. I think it was Senator. I think it was Congresswoman Laura Boebert. Like she blasted. I think it was Marjorie Greene or it was Laura Boebert. It was one of them that basically said, "There's a man sleeping with the enemy." that sounds like something the Republicans would do, right? And basically, they like fag the Chinese spy on picking in Capitol Hill. So does DC? Did you? Why is DC? Is Canada an actual country, Jamie?
Washington D.C., an actual country.
No, I meant Canada.
Canada. It is a country, but I wasn't
Country.
sure. I'm not be so sure about an economical powerhouse.
It's not a country.
There you go.
To have a country, you would have to have your own currency, your own name on it. Canada's currency's got the king on it. Canada is still a territory of the king. You have
Yeah,
you have a local autonomy. You have no real power outside the global sphere.
part of the Commonwealth.
Yes, which are owned by Britain and the king.
Yes.
You have no power. You have local laws. You might be a local renter, but you have no real power in the global stage.
Did they say we have?
Who said?
I don't know. I don't know. Is there anything else in news, or is that
I think that's us.
I think that's us.
all right?